No, there's nothing like appreciative fans to make you feel at home, no matter where we are. Whether we're in the USA, in small towns, big towns, large arenas, or even clubs, or halfway around the world touring the Orient. We love our fans.
Ladies and gentlemen, have your attention, please. I have a special message from Atlantic Records for Ratt. Congratulations! Your album has just sold 1,500,000 records!
They say you're a womanizer.
Ooh, probably, yeah. It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. What can I say?
Where are the prettiest girls?
Everywhere. Everywhere, any place, USA, Japan.
How was Japan? Was that strange for you?
No. Just the language barrier was the only thing that was strange, but there's always sign language and, you know, ways to getting around and meeting people and stuff like that. We had a good time.
Is music really a universal language?
Yes.
Here's mine. That's us. I like this. This is my kind of album.
It's quite a cultural shock for me, being, you know, brought up in the States my whole life, not being to any other countries or anything until the touring and stuff. This is the first time with the exception of Canada, which we did very briefly. This is the first place we've really done a lot of intense touring, and it's been quite a nice change. Kind of like a dream come true in a way, because I mean I was very into the Beatles and the Who and that, and I would see films of them at train stations and with fans following them and giving them gifts and stuff. So it's like, you know, a real flattering thing.
I don't speak Japanese very well. Very little Japanese.
We just did a show in Osaka, and on the way here to the train, they give you letters and gifts and stuff like that. And I got my Warren doll hair, and he's got his guitar.
Yeah! I find Japan very beautiful, very crowded, good food, fun to play, fun to travel. In Japan, they listen a lot more carefully than they do in the States. In the States, they party a lot more, you know. They're just crazy about Ratt over here, so it's great. You like that? This is one of my fans here. I met him inside the movie. You like that? All right.
I've been looking forward to coming here all my life, you know, but I always thought probably it would be more like a vacation rather than a tour, so I'm, you know, ecstatic to come here and get a little bit of both. You know. But here, the blonde hair or my height, I feel out of place in public sometimes. I feel like I stick out like a sore thumb, which I'm sure I do, you know, being 6'5" and blonde. Sold out. Number 2. Sold.
There you go.
All right. That ought to do it.
Go like this?
The Toro here is unreal. You can't even get this stuff in L.A.
What I call fresh.
So when you thought of Wanted Man, you were unknowns, and by the time you shot it, you were getting a platinum record on stage.
Yeah, at least. It was a good time. We shot that in Seattle. The Bikini Bunny's coming out, and our manager emceeing.
10 months out of the year on the road, does it ever work? Is it ever hard?
No, we like it like that.
Really?
Wouldn't have it any other way. 10 months on the road is 2 months too little out of the year for me.
What made you want to go out into the desert and play cowboy for Wanted Man?
Well, come on, we've always wanted to be cowboys, just like I said in the video. But it was a dream of mine, seeing as how the song was about cowboys and stuff, and that is something that we've all sort of fantasized about. We turned it into a dream of mine on the tour bus, and taking us into old Tucson, and the rest is history, as they say.
You ain't a fucking Ratt and roll today, are you?
Let's call this one Wanted Man.
Hey, you just got here yesterday, you guys? How about any jet lag?
No, we had lots of coffee, feeling pretty good.
What were you doing before you came to Japan? You had a couple of days off in the States?
Yeah, we did some surprise shows, a dozen shows in the States, and that was our rehearsal pretty much, and then we came out here.
We heard that you performed at the Whiskey on Christmas Day, and that was one of your surprise gigs, I suppose.
Yes.
But why did you choose such small venues?
Well, usually we go into a rehearsal hall for about 3 weeks, and instead of doing that, we decided to go in front of a live audience and work out the material for Detonator.
Oh, we heard that you've been working in some charity events as well. We don't know who or which one of you is doing that, but what is it that you're actually doing?
Well, we do our bit for the, don't drink and drive bit. Warren did a charity for Children of the Night, a pool tournament in which he won with his partner. We involve ourselves in as much of that as we can.
The Children of the Night, is this for children that have left home? Runaways?
No, it's for terminally ill children.
Terminally ill. Oh, you started this Detonator tour in England. How was the reaction there?
Good. It was our first headlining venture there. We have opened up for Ozzy before, and have done the Monsters of Rock and somewhat, but it was our first time there. It was well received. We had a good time.
We're going to show the video, Loving You Is a Dirty Job. We hear that on MTV. Parts of it had to be edited. What parts? What happened?
Well, what happened? Well, I got a little freelance with the lyrics, and we ended up using them anyway in the video action, the new long form. There's like 4 versions of that song. There's the Mondo mix, a long version that Warren did, and the one that's on this, the one that's in the long form, and then the radio one.
Dirty Job and the Shame, Shame, Shame video are like one coupling. It's a set thing. Why did you decide to make a video like this?
I don't think really. We just kind of went at it, but we did want both videos one to dissolve into the other, I don't know.
There were a lot of cute girls appearing in that video. Were there any interesting episodes that you can tell us about during the shooting?
Yeah, there's one vulgar moment I think Bobby had with some.
What? Bobby?
No, the scene where Robbin was in this big water tank, with that girl. They were like flipping around like fish. It was pretty exciting.
Oh, nice man. You were in a billiards pool contest and you won?
Yeah, I won the guitar. Who was that guitar player? Yeah.
He won.
Well, you sort of started afresh with this album, changed management, changed producers. You have a new album out. Have you gotten the results that you expected in terms of sales and in terms of what you have here as a product?
I think so. We were out to please ourselves and to prepare ourselves for the next 10 years, the next decade. And we had our sights set on how we wanted it to be, and we stuck to it. And as far as sales, yeah, they're doing fine. I mean, we don't really look at Billboard as a Bible, so to speak. It's doing well as long as everybody likes the music.
When you appeared on MTV Unplugged, Robbin wasn't there and Michael Schenker was there instead. And we hear that Robbin had caught a cold, but we all know that Robbin doesn't catch colds. Now, what really happened? Can you tell us what happened behind the scenes?
Well, he really was sick, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, he was very ill, and he just wanted to stay back in L.A., and Warren's asked Michael to do it. And also Fred Coury from Cinderella was involved in one song, too.
Had you always known Michael?
No, I met Michael, he moved to L.A. in, I guess just around 1990. And that's when I started hanging with Michael.
So you have a long career behind you. We're going to show a video from the old days now, back for more. Any interesting episodes that you remember from this video?
Yeah, one, namely, yeah, when we had
Tommy Lee and Nikki Sixx dressed up as policemen, and they arrested Bobby and beat him up.
Why did Nikki and Tommy appear in the video? Did you ask them to be in it?
Yeah, back then, well, sometimes we used to run around, you know, and hang out together and stuff, and we decided to just get some friends involved, you know. Nikki, who else was there? Ozzy, and everybody else.
Have you two ever appeared on somebody else's video as a friend, a favor?
I have. Yeah, you did. When?
We I think 3 or 4 of us were on a Sam Kinison video with everybody you can think of, from Scorpions to Guns N' Roses to everybody. That's about it.
Sam Kinison?
A Sam Kinison video, yeah.
Wild Thing.
Wild Thing, yeah.
About your set list for the concerts here in Japan this time around, is it especially for Japan selected, or is it the same as the songs that you did in Europe?
No, matter of fact, it's quite different. There's more songs in the set for Japan. I think we're playing around 17, 18 songs. We're just pretty much winging it nowadays because we have so much music. The hardest thing for us to do is pick a song list. So we just play anything, you know.
You know the country pretty well by now. You've been here so many times. What are you going to do on your days off so your fans can find you or not?
Well, tonight we're going to go see Queens, right?
Oh. No. What about you, Warren?
I'll probably be playing pool somewhere, I imagine.
Okay, can we have a message from you to the people watching this program?
It's great to be back in Japan.
Yeah, definitely. Good things come to those who wait. We are back, prepared to detonate.
Well, we gave him Ratt, the first EP. We came out of the cellar.
Yes,
we
you
invaded your privacy.
Yes.
We took you dancing undercover.
Yes.
We tried to reach for the sky. Now the only thing left to do is to detonate.
There you have it, all in the name of rock and roll. Warren does most of the fancy guitar work, you know, and I pretty much lay down most like heavy rhythm stuff, and we try to complement each other as much as possible. Yeah.
One guy comes up with a song idea, and the rest of the guys screw it up, you know? And it just kind of, at the end of the day, it ends up like sounding like something, you know.
I think Warren has to get credit for a lot of the arrangement and wanting us to be a little more blues oriented, you know, because we don't really see our band being labeled as any kind of a hard rock, heavy metal, whatever. We just say it's rock and roll music for rock and roll people. Whoever likes it, you're gonna get it. If you want it, you got it.
Whether or not we're this week's popular band or next week's popular band is not the point. The point is that it's really from the heart, kick-ass rock and roll.
Anybody can rock and roll, but only we can rock and roll.
We're an arena band, and we've never set out to do anything but that. That's the main thing that we're here to do, is rock and roll.
The rock and roll is a way of life.
Yeah, it's just perfect.
That now that we are out of the cellar, we are going to be infesting your homes and invading your privacy in a good way this year.
Way Cool Junior! See your hands, come on! Give me your hands up, yeah! There's a chain